Welcome to Caucus. I'm Steve Adubato. We're going to have an important conversation about safety, particularly around our schools, and we're joined in that conversation by James Flynn, who's principal, Burlington City High School, and Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jessica Lamont, student and battalion commander of the Junior ROTC at Burlington City High School. I want to thank both of you for joining us.
Thank you.
We've heard about a situation, Principal Flynn. Jim, this really has to do with, in some ways, Route 130. Tell people where that is and why this is such an important issue that isn't just about Route 130.
Well, Steve, Route 130 is one of the deadliest roads in New Jersey for pedestrian safety.
Where is it?
It is in Burlington City. It runs directly in front of Burlington City High School and our intermediate school for grades 3 through 6, Wilbur Watts Intermediate School. We're a walking school district, so our students every day walk to and from school, and they have to go over and cross 6 lanes of this deadliest road in New Jersey.
How could the planners have decided that that was the best way to go?
You know, we're a very historic city, very old city.
Southern New Jersey.
Southern New Jersey, Burlington County. We're very proud, caring community. And years ago, when Burlington City was established, obviously Route 130 was just a little thoroughfare in between.
Everything's changed.
Everything's changed.
And so what's so powerful about this is there's a movement in the state legislature to deal with this. There's public policy questions or safety questions. Mm-hmm. But Jessica, you got involved in this, yes, along with some other student leaders.
Yes.
Tell us who Antoine was, why he matters so much in this, and what happened, and what it has to do with your involvement. Loaded question, I know. Go ahead.
So Antoine, he was a close friend of mine, and a lot of other...
a student at the school?
Yes. Mm-hmm. A lot of other students in the school. He was also a cadet of mine, and I got very close with him through JROTC. And when he was growing up, he didn't have like...
a picture of him right now.
We didn't have the best of... he didn't have the best of life, so he tried to get out of that lifestyle, and he was going to go in the military, and he was just going to be like one of the superior cadets in the program.
He wanted to serve our country.
Yes, he did.
What happened
and
to
he
him?
just wanted to make the best of everything. He, on May 22nd, 2016, he was hit by a moving vehicle crossing the street trying to get some snacks from Wawa in the middle of the night. And
was it on the highway?
Yes.
It was on Route 130?
Yes. The car ran off of the highway and hit him on the sidewalk.
What was the reaction in the school when it happened?
Steve, we were devastated, in shock. You know, Antoine was Burlington City. He attended our schools from kindergarten through high school. Everybody knew Antoine. As Jessica said, he was really establishing his goals and decided that he wanted to continue with JROTC and serve our country. And when we got the news on that Sunday morning, we were devastated.
But I don't want to say you moved forward. That's not the right way to say it. You decided to do something about it, and not just grieve for him and his family and your friend. What did you do?
That upcoming school year, Mr. Flynn and I sat down and said that it was just too dangerous crossing the street, because I was still walking.
Crossing the highway?
Yes, crossing the highway, I'm sorry. And I was still walking at the time because I hadn't got my license yet. And I surely didn't want to be hit. Of course, like, I have my little sister in the school district as well. I didn't want her to be hit as well. And a bunch of my friends cross that street every day.
You decided to do something.
Yes.
To lead an effort.
Mm-hmm.
And it just started off with a rally like this week last year, just telling motorists just to slow down. Like,
we're looking at some video or pictures of it. Go ahead. So it was a rally, and what happened there?
And so many students came out. I remember being there that morning and setting up for it, and turning around and just like a whole crowd of kids come out and say, I'm ready to make a change. This is for somebody
I'm ready
that...
to make the change, to push for change.
Yes.
So what happened? Because where'd they go? What'd they do?
Steve, we had such an amazing response out of this tragedy. Our rally was terrific. The motorists were slowing down. We were simply asking motorists to slow down and be aware that Burlington City High School is literally right here, steps away from where these are. These are our kids, and they're steps away. And what happened, Senator Diane Allen heard our voices, heard the voices of our students.
Senator Diane Allen, who has served with distinction in the state legislature, what did she do?
She heard about the rally, she heard our voices, and Steve, she called and asked to come to Burlington City High School.
At Diane right there, who's a great friend.
Yes.
And so was there legislation that came out of this?
Yes, she came to Burlington City High School and proposed 3 bills, one of which she named Antoine's Law.
Antoine's Law, after Antoine.
After Antoine. And that bill was going to establish 25 miles an hour speed limit in front of Burlington City and Wilbur Watts 24 hours a day.
And that legislation is where right now? Is it, I'm a former state legislator, so using the word stuck, is it stuck in the legislature?
So Jessica and a few of our other students helped Senator Allen testify in front of the Senate Transportation Committee and get it out of committee. It is now at the floor.
It's on the floor for a potential vote?
We need to get it to the floor, but it's out of committee. And then Troy Singleton, Assemblyman Troy Singleton,
terrific legislator,
terrific
from that area,
guy from that area, from Palmyra and Burlington. He proposed the bill, and it's through the the Assembly Transportation Committee, thanks to Assemblyman John Wisniewski.
Right.
And so the bill is sitting right there after getting out of committee.
Okay, but the Department of Transportation has gotten involved too, correct?
Yes.
What are they doing?
They came out to the school, talked to us about what we wanted changed, and then right middle of our spring break, I was driving down the road and I noticed that there was 2 lanes instead of 3 lanes on one side of the highway, and then the other side of the highway, now there's only 4 lanes. So they did a road diet, that's what they call it.
Is it not as dangerous as it was because of this?
I feel as though it's not, because there's nowhere you can go. You're forced to slow down.
Why is this an issue in the time we have left? Jim, let me ask you, why is this an issue for everyone in this state and in the nation right now? Because it's not just your school.
No, and Steve, we talk about pedestrian safety and bicycle safety. I think as a result of this tragedy and the awareness and thinking about it, we should make a priority student pedestrian safety.
Student pedestrian safety.
Around our schools. And everybody can play a part. Motorists can simply slow down in front of our schools.
But excuse me for interrupting, but this should be by law. People often say government shouldn't be involved. Yeah, a lot of things maybe they shouldn't be involved in. This has to be regulated by the law, legislated.
We feel, for example, that Antoine's Law could be life-saving legislation and life-saving law in New Jersey.
Everyone watching right now who may have a comparable situation and don't want to wait for a horrible tragedy as to what happened, like what happened with Antoine, what do you say they should do right now, particularly young people like yourself?
What they need to do, they need to talk to their principal. They need to say, I'm tired of this. I want a change in my town.
Be the change.
Yes.
Be the change. What do you say to school administrators around the state and the other states we're seeing in? Go ahead.
School administrators should work with their municipalities and call their local legislators and ask for support for Antoine's Law. I think if Antoine's Law gets passed, lives will be saved. Student lives will be saved in New Jersey.
So, but it wouldn't be, but you don't want it just at your school. You want it everywhere.
For me, this is my last year. I'm a senior. I want everybody from 9th to 12th to kindergarten to any grade. I want them to be able to cross the highway, cross the street, their town, in the place where
That's right.
they grew up. I want them to be able to be safe.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Steve.
Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this.
NJM Insurance Company has been serving New Jersey policyholders for more than 100 years. But just who are NJM's policyholders? There are medical care and emergency management providers, service professionals, men and women that move us and the goods and products we use each day, and New Jersey's next generation of leaders, the people who make our state a great place to call home. NJM, we've got New Jersey covered.
Also brought to you by the Northward Center and by the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor.